choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. And I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing love today. And I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. Let's sing that again. Just me. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. Holy, holy, holy ground, we are standing on holy ground. Love and light and joy abound, we are standing on holy ground. Holy, holy, holy ground, we are standing on holy ground. Love and light and joy abound, we are standing on holy ground. Holy, holy, holy ground, we are standing on holy ground. Love and light and joy abound, we are standing on holy ground. Holy, holy, holy ground, we are standing on holy ground. Love and light and joy abound, we are standing on holy ground. Holy, holy, holy ground, we are standing on holy ground. Love and light and joy abound, we are standing on holy ground.
Good morning. Thank you. Okay, here we are. That elusive mute button. Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Santa Rosa. I'm Reverend Russ Laguerre, and thank you to our wonderful band for providing that beautiful music to help us wake up along with our morning coffee, I'm sure. And I'm just so glad to be with you today. If you are joining us for the first time or the first time in a long time, we especially want to welcome you and thank you also to our wonderful live stream viewers for joining us. We're so grateful to have you wherever you are joining us from. And keep in mind that you can always find out what's going on at the center on our website, www.cslsr.org. Now, at the Center for Spiritual Living Santa Rosa, we are motivated by a vision of a healthy, loving world. It's known as the Global Vision, and it calls us to imagine a world that works for everyone. This month, our global theme is play, which invites us to examine the role of playfulness, joy, and fun in our day-to-day lives. In our global vision, we see a world in which every person lives in alignment with their highest spiritual principle, emphasizing unity with the divine and connection with one another. We see a world in which Individually and collectively, we are called to a higher state of consciousness in action. And we support this vision through our shared values, which are spiritual living. As we learn and practice our teaching, the science of mind, we live principle-centered, spirit-led lives, and we turn to our principles for guidance in all moments and areas of our lives. We practice integrity, which is embracing the quality of being honest and striving to let our inner convictions match our outer actions. We all love love, which is the self-givingness of life to all of creation, moving through us into expression as compassion, caring, mutual respect, kindness, and selfless service. And finally, compassion. We express interest in and support for the well-being of ourselves and of others. We express unconditional love when observing the suffering of others, and we do what we can to give aid and to show our compassion. And we're able to live these values as a community through the many ways that you are able to contribute your good to the center. And we have many ways to do that. You can give online on our website. You can send us a check. We also have baskets at the exits in our sanctuary here today, but we also have this wonderful new way of giving called Text to Give. And you can do that by sending a text message with the dollar amount to the phone number 707-675-2399. And if it's the first time that you've done this, it'll give you a link that you can click on your phone, and it'll walk you through setting up your payment method. And after you've done that, it literally takes 5 seconds to do your donation, which is super fast, super convenient. We all love it here on the staff when we're doing our giving. So we hope that you'll try it out and see if it works for you. And because we are an organization that's supported by you, our community, we are so grateful for your gifts, whether you're giving your financial good, you're volunteering, or you're just bringing your beautiful consciousness here on Sunday and throughout the week. So I know that somewhere between the music, the meditation, the prayer, the spiritual practices, and Dr. Edwards' message, Doctor's not in his seat right now, he's vanished. Like, put a bell on him. Where is he? Oh, here he comes. I know that Dr. Edwards' message is going to be lovely today. So something is here for you. Something is here for you to help you on the next step of your spiritual journey. So please know that you're so, so welcome, and we're just grateful to have you. Now, I invite you to join me in a moment of silent contemplation before our opening prayer. Thank you.
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful time. For we recognize at this moment that we are encompassed, we are held by, we are strengthened, we are loved by that one divine love itself. This living spirit of peace, of joy, such that it is our strength, even in the face of what seems contrary. We hold fast to that place of love, of peace. For that is the nature of our being. That is the nature of the one who has caused us to be cemented, grounded, staked in that love, in that joy, in that peace. And so I speak a word for our time together in that vibration itself of joy, of love, and of peace. It's great thanks I get to speak these words. And I release it into that of God that has already nodded yes. And I let it be. And so it is. Good morning. My name is Lawrence Edwards. And I'm a practitioner here at the center. And what I'd like for you to do okay, now that I've set you up, please repeat with me our day's affirmation. Laughter reveals my wholeness.
Giving me something to follow. I will trust in the Spirit. I will open my heart. I will always remember the truth of God that has brought me this far. So lead me on this path of light, and every step I take in faith leads me home to a place where all I know is love and grace. Lead me on this path of light. I'll shine a light in the darkness. I will bring forth the truth. I will always honor the beauty and light that I see in you. So lead me on this path of light, and every step I take in faith, it leads me home to a place where all I know is love and grace. Lead me on this path of light, as I breathe, as I become completely one with the light and the love. Completely one as I breathe, as I become completely one with the light and the love. Completely lead me on this path of light, and every step I take in faith leads me home to a place where all I know is love and grace. Yes, all I know is love, all I know is love. All I know is love and grace. Grace.
Thank you very much, Mr. Christopher Ritchie and the gentlemen of the band, for that beautiful heart-opening song, and good morning to you. Our movement, Centers for Spiritual Living, has communities in various countries around the world. And we are divided up into regions so that we can coordinate with each other and collaborate with each other. Our communities outside of North America and Canada are grouped as Region 12, including Europe and Africa and so on. The regional support coordinator for that Region 12 is Reverend Beth Linguri, and she is located in the Center for Spiritual Living, Geneva, Switzerland. And she's put together what she's calling an action plan for peace. Daily prayer, 10 minutes twice a day through the end of March. And she's basing it on the teaching of Ernest Holmes with this idea that you and I can create a chain reaction, a spiritual chain reaction, when we come together in prayer. And Reverend Beth is inviting you to participate. Now, it happens at 9 p.m. in Europe, which is 1 p.m. here. Yesterday it was noon, but after daylight saving, which doesn't take place in Europe, it's 1 p.m. over here. Here's what she has to say. We are now meeting for 10 minutes daily to focus together. They're meeting 2 times a day, but the second time is really difficult for our time zone, so we're looking at the 1 p.m. time. To focus together on inner peace and send it out to the world. It's a powerful practice, she says, and it is making a difference. Some of our practitioners from Crimea join us when they can, and we also hear from those inside Ukraine and those who are in Hungary, helping those who have fled. They are courageous women who are so grateful for our support. Our evening meeting is at 9 p.m., which is 1 p.m. Pacific time, and we are invited to join. So we've put the link on our website so that if you've got nothing to do, or even if you have got something to do at 1 p.m., you can pause and join it. I've attended the prayer meeting 3 times already, and I'll tell you something, it is very, very moving. At 9 p.m. in Ukraine, the practitioners there can't turn their lights on. You can imagine why. So it's so stirring to watch. And the meditation is given in both Russian and English, sentence by sentence, translated. Today, it's been given by one of the Ukrainian practitioners and then translated into English, sentence by sentence. Oh my goodness, what a touching experience. And they are open to our support. You can just see it on their faces to know that there is a community of Centers for Spiritual Living folk who care enough to be with them in prayer while they're going through this. So you're invited. And if you can't make it at 1 p.m., you might consider making 8 p.m. with Reverend Russ, right? On Facebook Live, and he'll tell you more about it, where he's doing peace meditations with his guitar. Because, you know, music will take you places that words alone cannot go. All right. So now if you heard Lawrence's opening laughter, I wish I had that voice. You know that, and if you look in your journal, you'll see that the topic focus for this month is play, and today it's about humor. And the topic is a spoonful of humor is the medicine. Yeah. Which is a reference to the movie Mary Poppins, right? Which is created by the Walt Disney Company, which in January last year realized that it was not a good idea to donate millions and millions and millions of dollars to Congress members who objected to the Electoral College being certified, and thus were attempting to overthrow the presidential election. Just saying. The movie Walt Disney made, Mary Poppins, one of my favorites. The company only yesterday, well, Friday, pledged to stop donating many millions of dollars to political campaigns in Florida, which support the controversial Don't Say Gay bill. The Walt Disney Studio, only this Friday, said it is building a new framework for its political contributions to ensure that its company's advocacy better reflects its values. Okay? Because it recognizes, the company says, it recognizes that the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida is yet another challenge to basic human rights, the company says. Now, although this is many, many, many millions of dollars late in coming, I applaud the CEO, Bob Chapek, for apologizing to his employees. He said, "I missed the mark in this case, but am an ally you can count on. And I will be an outspoken champion for the protection, visibility, and opportunity you deserve, even though the company refuses to come out with a statement about the bill." Just saying. I've recently started following the website, and you probably have heard me mention it, globalcitizen.org. Global Citizen is a movement of engaged citizens who use their collective voice to address systemic issues that face our world. You know, issues that go beyond nationality and beyond religion and beyond culture that affect us all, like world poverty, like planetary health, like equity, big one. And I learned from reading their website, the way they define a global citizen is someone who learns, educates themselves about these issues so that they can be engaged and can be well informed as an advocate for the kind of change they want to see and be. They educate themselves. Doesn't that remind you? It sure reminds me of one of the pillars of our tradition, spiritual education. Oh man, spiritual education is all about learning how you and I are interconnected with everything that is. and how we are responsible for each other, and we're also responsible for our actions and for our choices. So, education is a power not to be underestimated. I have been learning a lot about the world recently. I've been educating myself. I've been learning, prompted by the Walt Disney thing, I've been learning about International Transgender Day of Visibility. And the more I learn about it, the more I get the significance of Walt Disney's apology and change in attitude. March 31st is International Transgender Day of Visibility, and I'm educating myself about it, about the social, cultural, and political presence of transgender people in our world and in our movement, and the terrific power and voice for social justice that they are. And I'm also educating myself about the ongoing violent discrimination focused on them through incorrect portrayal of transgender people in the movies. Just saying. Because that's what popped into my head when I saw the topic, a spoonful of humor is the medicine. I want to edit the topic today because humor has to do with joy, and joy has to do with loving kindness. I want to say a spoonful of loving kindness is the medicine. Let me start there. Because, the original line in the Mary Poppins movie is a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Means help you swallow something that doesn't taste good. Now, take the message to be that sweetness, loving kindness, can help you and I cope a little bit better with the difficult issues that face us in the world. Because, humor can be inappropriate sometimes. It can be dangerous. But loving kindness, it seems to me that there is always room for more of that. I can bring loving kindness in the form of sweetness into the world, in other forms of generosity, compassion, advocacy. There's no question in my mind that loving kindness can and does help me and help others to find their courage and their hope and their strength. Because one single act of kindness, oh my God, it goes places. It does things. You want a project for a Sunday afternoon? Go online and do an internet search. Just put in the words, kindness in Poland. And see what comes up right now. See what's happening. It won't make you laugh, but it'll stir you. In 1942, during World War II, Polish refugees were given shelter in Jamnagar, India, when Poland was being invaded by Germany. When the Polish refugees arrived in Jamnagar, India, an area was set up for them so that they could be together, where they could uphold their traditions and their culture. See, parents were not separated from their children. And families were not expected to adapt or conform to fit into Indian culture and customs. They were preserved. Now, some 80 years later, Poland is returning the favor of kindness to Indian students stuck in Ukraine trying to get out, and they're giving them free passage and shelter without visas. I'm just saying. Also in Poland, more than 1.3 million people have fled from Ukraine since the Russian invasion began, and most of them who are leaving are mothers and children, infants. And the families have been making their way to the neighboring countries, right? Moldova, Poland, Romania, Hungary, Slovakia. And here's what one news source reports. Yet even with the grimness of war, gestures of kindness are bringing some light to the lives of those refugees crossing the border. In Poland, mothers have been donating fully outfitted strollers. They call them prams there. Leaving them at the train station in a border town. These are intended for the Ukrainian mums with their young children to pick up as they arrive with little or nothing in the way of practical supplies from their home country. The strollers, in some cases, are filled up with supplies such as warm blankets and other items the children may need. Fox News. People helping people. There is still beauty in the world. And as I read that, it inspires me to say to myself, do something good today. Do something good in service to others today. Because you're doing something good will give you an authentic way to announce that though the world may be chaotic, that still good things happen because they happen through you. And that's where our spirituality comes in. See, spirituality is the understanding of our oneness with each other and with all life. And from that sense of oneness, we are moved to reach out and help each other, whether that is through our prayer or our action or our help or our thought or our word. You see, without the foundation of oneness, I might not see your struggle as having anything to do with me. See, that's the difference between spirituality and positive thinking. Positive thinking can be quite selfish. I mean, I can be quite positive and self-congratulating about my ability to get ahead of you, or to win, or to do better than you. I can be quite positive in my thinking when I affirm my success is better than yours, or when I imagine myself rising to the top above everyone else, when I see myself outmaneuvering you. That's not spirituality. Because when I know that you are part of me, then my positivity must change dramatically to find a way to include you, to nurture you, to love you, to protect you. I learned in the Center for Spiritual Living through our teaching, The Science of Mind, to look at other people as part of the same spiritual energy that I am. To see them as made out of the same spiritual stuff that I am made of. No matter what is going on, no matter what they are going through, no matter if I agree with them or not. And I found this changed me. And it also changed the way people felt when they were around me. And it changed how I felt, for the most part, when I was around other people, including people whose actions I didn't understand, whose choices I didn't like, whose politics I didn't agree with. I don't think this is an easy path. Positive thinking is an easier path. I don't think this is an easy path. In some ways, it's easier to hate people, the ones I call my enemies. But that easier choice is more expensive to my soul. Yeah. Because it changes me energetically. The first song I ever heard when I walked into the first Center for Spiritual Living ever, some 40 years ago, was the Peace Song. And I sang it over and over and over again because it called me to this path. Let there be peace on earth and, oh my God, let it begin with me. It's not an easy path. I took it seriously. And I took it as my duty to the world to make my mind as peaceful a place as I could. Oh, my God. It has been one of the most challenging and the most rewarding assignments I've ever taken on, given myself, especially when friends are hurting, when the world is at war, and when fascism is on the rise. Back to the topic. A spoonful of humor. Look, it's indisputable that humor, joy, is one of the ways of recalibrating and refreshing the soul, refueling it. It's true. So I don't want to leave today without giving you some practical ways that you can bring the healing power of joy into expression, at least some of the ways that I try for times such as these, during a time when there seems little place for joy. Number one, smile. Smile kindly at people today. Because smiling is the beginning of laughter, the precursor. And in its gentlest form, it's still contagious. Now, it's not a popular word during a pandemic. But pioneers in laugh therapy say that it is possible to laugh even without experiencing a funny event. And the same holds true for smiling. It is possible to smile before you feel the joy. So I invite you to practice gentle, kind-hearted smiling today as a way of saying to the world, I see you. Now you might say, but I'm wearing a mask. You know your eyes is where the smile really comes from. And if that doesn't resonate with you, I invite you to try another one of my old favorites. Got nothing to do with smiling or laughter, but it has to do with finding the center of joy. And it's this: count your blessings today. You know, I say it all the time. They really make a physical list. Why? So that your mind doesn't fall into the trap of thinking that good is no longer present. The simple act of calling to mind the good things in your life can rebalance the flow of your thinking, and it can reawaken joy, and it can lead to generosity, and it will infuse you with hope. I know this as sure as I know that I'm standing here. So I invite you today to join me in closing with a prayer for Ukraine. I invite you to breathe in and to exhale, letting your eyes close. Spirit of peace and justice. Spirit of peace and justice within. This word of prayer is for Ukraine and its beings. Spirit within, your peace is the end of aggression. Spirit within. Your peace is the comfort in the presence of fear. Spirit within. Your peace is the help through the hands of loving kindness. Spirit within. Your peace is the guiding light for those who have power over war. Spirit within. Peace, peace, peace. I invite you to let the next breath you take be deeper than the one before. As you exhale, let your eyes open if they're closed and let yourself become available to the activity in the room. I invite you to place your hands on your chest as a symbol of your heart connection to this, your spiritual community, and by extension, our connection to our communities all over the world, and in particular in Ukraine. I thank you for your contributions financially to our center that make it possible for us to be here, and for your contributions in service and for attending, whether online streaming or in person. It is a joy to be on this journey with you together. Thank you. Reverend Russ.
Thank you, Dr. Edward, for that beautiful message. And it is time to find out what is going on in our community. And I got to say, there's a lot, so I'm going to do my best to get through this really quickly, because I know y'all want to go have some coffee and have this bake sale and do whatever you're doing at home, too. So the first, and this is the most important announcement, is that our annual member meeting is happening over Zoom again this year, and that's on Sunday, March 20th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. If you are a member, please be sure to register in advance as soon as possible. And the reason we ask for that is because we need to have a quorum in order to go into the voting motions for our community. So you can click on the photo of the shamrocks on our website, and as usual, but it goes without saying, please don't wait until the day of the meeting to register. Please register in advance so that we know that we're going to have all the people that we need to be able to hold our meeting. We just need to know that you're going to be there ahead of time. Also, we're super excited today that our 2022 AIDS Life Cycle team is holding, I think this is our first bake sale in like 2 years. Yeah? So that's worthy of applause. And each of the AIDS Life Cycle riders has to raise $3,000 to participate in the ride. So please consider supporting them by purchasing a delicious breakfast treat or some coffee, or donating directly to a rider on the team. Online viewers, you can also support their efforts by making a donation through our website. Please be sure to indicate that you would like your donation to benefit the AIDS Life Cycle if you are donating online. We're just so excited to have them here. It's just wonderful. And this May, also some wonderful news, Dr. Edward will be traveling to the beautiful island of Kauai to experience the spirit of aloha. Ooh, I know. If you're interested in joining this tour, look for the photo of the rainbow and palm trees on our website to find out more information. Also, today is the first day of our spring raffle at Stepping Stones Bookstore. The beautiful meditating Buddha on display at the entrance to the bookstore could be yours. In addition, we will have 6 second-place winners who will each win 6 books, not 1, but 6 books of their choice from selected books in our store. Tickets are available in the bookstore and online on our Facebook page. Our wonderful Being and Belonging Diversity Discussion Group meets today from 1:30 to 3 p.m. Pacific time to explore the power of joy in our individual lives and as an act of justice and liberation. You can join the Zoom by clicking on the rainbow-colored sand on our website. I'm noticing a rainbow theme today, yeah? There are 2 new classes that are starting next week, next week starting on March 21st at 6 p.m. We'll have our mental equivalence class with Reverend Joyce DeFala, and the day after, on March 22nd at 6 p.m., we'll have non-dual spiritual teachings with Dr. Kim Kaiser, and Dr. Kim will have a video for you detailing his class in a moment. We also will be showing a video real quick here about our Advanced Spiritual Living Things Everyone Asks that is coming up today. So you'll see the details for that in just a moment. Now, finally, Dr. Edward kind of stole my thunder here with my announcement. I will be hosting every Sunday, at least as long as I can still have guitar material for this, a guitar meditation at 8 p.m. Pacific time. And these guitar meditations are dedicated to peace, and they're dedicated to Ukraine and to every conflict in the world where there's an invitation for peace happening. So I invite you to join me tonight on Facebook. That's where we're going to be posting it on the Center for Spiritual Living Santa Rosa page for some short guitar meditating goodness. Yeah? All right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for sitting through all of these announcements. We're really grateful for you, and have a fabulous week.
The Buddha, in his last words, gave his students the fundamentals of his teaching, and the last words he spoke were, "Be a lamp unto yourself." There comes a time in everyone's spiritual practice when we realize that our practice is unique to us, that no teaching, science of mind, or Buddhism, or Hinduism, or Taoism, that all these major traditions can only inform us in our experience of life, teach us so that we can move deeper into what we are and who we are. This class, called Non-Dual Spiritual Teachings, beginning on March 22nd, Tuesday night, 6 to 8 p.m., 4 weeks, we'll take a look at the deeper and deepest spiritual teachings in these traditions so that we can take what those teachings are and allow them to move and change our lives. Join us as we explore the depth and the wonder of spirit, and so it is.
Some years ago, what we called Prac 1, the first year of practitioner studies at our center, disappeared. We realized that not everyone was called to being a practitioner, and yet many were called to deepen their understanding and inquiry into our teaching, the science of mind. So now Prac 1 is called Advanced Spiritual Living, and it's available to anyone who has experienced a bunch of our classes, not an outrageous number of classes necessarily, and wants to spend 30 weeks in conversation, dialogue, and practice to really get to know our teachings, to get to know each other, and to get to know ourselves in the context of this amazing philosophy, science of mind. Reverend Russ and I are currently teaching the 3rd term of this year's ASL course, and we're delighting in it, learning right along with our students. So I invite you to come today to the ASL TEA, Things Everyone Asks. It's on Zoom at 1:15, and you'll find details on the website. I would be delighted to see you there.
It's time to close our service, and today we're going to hear the peace song. And so I invite you to stand, not to hold hands, but to stand, and to close with this benediction in your heart. Know with me that you are never alone. that Spirit is right where you are, that you have only to look within at any moment to know that you're guided, sustained, and empowered by a presence that expresses itself as you in this world. In deepest gratitude, let us live our lives accordingly so that in everything that we do and say and think, we honor this presence within. And so it is. And then sway to the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God our Creator, loved ones all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my song.